In July of 2012, students of the Department of Agricultural Economics and Extension, led by the Agribusiness Society of UWI, conducted its third study tour to Jamaica. Participants focused upon the industries of beef, milk, and small ruminants, in addition to greenhouse systems used in Jamaica. Via this field activity, the potential for an increase of interregional trade, not only for products but also for the transfer services, was identified. Each sector was divided into production, processing, market indications, and the overall status of the industry itself. Farms were visited to gather knowledge on the techniques used by farmers and the technologies implemented. Livestock associations were consulted to gather information such as yield, market weight, mortality rate, and issues that may hinder production. Both processing facilities and abattoirs were visited to gain a first-hand view of their operations. Trade policy was assessed to assist the development of recommendations for increased interregional trade. Added value products were also identified. The students visited the YS Farm, the largest cattle breeding farm in Jamaica, owned and operated by Dr. Carl Wellington. As an expert on the subject, Dr. Wellington provided much information to the study tour participants on breeds of cattle, their advantages, lineage, and other characteristics.
Change gears now from Red Bulls to Brahmans. And I've got a red Brahman and a white Brahman.
They run a lot more.
Yeah, they are.
The flighty one.
Yes, sir, it's all them come. It's all them come. And then make sure you tap the middle gate properly. Now we're going to put them over there. Now these are the replacement heifers that will go into the red Brahmin herd. When you're coming up, those of you who are on this side would have seen a herd of cows over there. That's the red Brahmin.
And they have white.
And then there's a white Brahmin. I'm going to show you the white Brahmin herd, and I'm showing you the replacements for the red Brahmin herd because we didn't have time to see everything, you know. And
all these are Brahmin.
Yeah, oh yes. And then these are purebred, born late in 2010 and early 2011. So these will go to the bull next year.
Now, what's some key differences in between the two of them, the red pole and the Brahmin, in terms of weight, meat?
First of all, you're talking about two different species. One is Bos taurus and one is Bos indicus. And the Bos indicus is a tropical animal. And so
Because we are here.
they're much more hardy. Yeah, oh yeah. They're much more hardy. They're more resistant to ticks and insect parasites. They do better on
Dry.
no, where other animals would starve and die, they will survive. Right.
Rustlers.
Yeah, the rustlers. And they can defend themselves against predator loss. But one of the things, when you see a big Brahmin heifer and a big red pole heifer, the red pole heifer will weigh probably 15-20% more. Yeah. But the meat is just as good.
And the red is more compact.
Yeah.
The students resided in 3 different locations for the duration of the study tour. At each area, primary production and dairy milk processing facilities were visited. These were either small, medium, or large. The study revealed a decline in the fresh milk sector, with the replacement product being milk-based items and juice drinks. Exposure to the pig industry was limited, however an understanding at the primary production level was ascertained, along with market commonalities such as artificial insemination, importation of breeding stock, and its status as a preferred meat in the local setting.
I'm Lester Murray, and welcome to Adams Valley Farm. Farm located on top of the Dolphin Mountains, and the only mountain that has maintained its Spanish name in Jamaica. We're on top of the Don Figueroa Mountains presently. It's actually have some tilapia. Okay. And the concept of the trying to work with. Now where the main pond's a bit higher.
Oh, still
a bit higher. The water grabs the feet in I get to grow up of it. Then the water continues on the hill from there. I get to use the same water dry.
The students' visit to this mountainous farming area provided powerful examples of farmer innovation in terms of rainwater harvesting, farm layout, use of resources, and merging of technologies. The ability of the producers was exemplified in the construction of their own greenhouses and shade houses.
It's another comparison of small ruminant production in Jamaica. Like Mr. Archer, Mr. Morris is also a breeder unit, but as you'll see, he have a more diverse operation. His operation include both bull goats and Nubian goats. So he does not milk, but in case somebody want breeding stock to go into milk production, they can also come here. Like this is also one of the breeder sites, the breeder units. He will do the same thing that Mr. Archer is doing, but from a different perspective. Well, not really a different perspective. He'll have a different bloodline from what Mr. Archer, and hopefully will serve the clientele well, both of them will serve the clientele throughout Jamaica. But because actually we have 4 pilot breeder units in Jamaica, and 3 of them are in Clarendon. I don't think it's by chance because of the location and because of the interest that is placed on goat production in this parish. Right? They have one over in St. Elizabeth where you're coming from this morning. Alright. You know, it's almost the same operation here. This one is a little bit different from the one you saw. But I think Mr. Morris, you have one of those machines.
I have one of those.
You have one of those machines. Alright, so because we have a short time, we want to do the tour. And look, and then you can ask Mr. Morris. Not any question.
The small ruminant industry proved to be the most effective with a strategic network of breeder, pilot, and demonstration units, all meant to support the industry's development and growth.
We were doing some work for some of the tenant farmers. They had employed Cardi to provide training and find breeding stock for some of the tenant farmers. People that they have taken their lands and mined and they want to return them to the land. They had asked us to, one of the areas was small ruminant. So they asked us not only to provide the small ruminant breeding stock, but to do training for them. And we used to do that by different areas. So after a number of years, they approached us and said, why don't you give us some lands? We'll assist in setting up a station. And in that way, the farmers, or the resettled farmer, could come back here and he could come and observe, and he could also use the stock.
How much goat milk will go for retail? how much goes for
Oh, in Jamaica? Per litre you're looking at $150 to $200. Normally, when you milk beef goat, the sugar is washed, but we know that they don't have any much time. And in the interest of time, normally what we normally do is to pull this and weigh each pack. To know how much we use to put this, and you will write for number and all of that. But in the interest of time, I'm not going to the other one.
Value-added activities and up-to-date market situations were explained to participants by the owners of VIP Meats, a small ruminant meat processor.
In Jamaica, we have a problem where our competition is almost New Zealand, Australia, and North America, where their industries produce lamb. And mutton is a byproduct of their lamb industry. They spend years go through. And in Jamaica, what we and a lot of the Caribbean people are doing are trying to produce mutton to begin with. Now, for us to produce mutton as a primary crop to compete to that dump mutton, people are always going to say we are inefficient. But you know, people always say that Caribbean are inefficient, but they're not really looking at the facts that our Caribbean people have a culture of eating. The concept of producing mutton in the Caribbean, I think, is a waste of time because you always have to compete with dumb mutton from the countries that eat lamb. And the problem with the Barbados black belly, people try to convince them otherwise, but I look at the structure of a black belly, and a black belly is not really a mutton. A black belly looks like a goat. It don't look like a lamb, you know, when you cut the cross section of a black belly, like it's flat. You know, it's not like a oval and so. At the heavy, you have the heavy meat structure in the area, the prime areas, you know, you find in, say, the double that we are introducing here. So I think we have a real problem because we are always going to be trying to produce mutton in competition with dumb mutton. And what I think we have to do in the Caribbean is produce lamb. Even if the local people don't want it, tell it to them, it's called foreign and then we eat the lamb.
Although the tour was well planned, unforeseen circumstances did occur. Visits to the Bodo research station and coffee production fields were no longer an option to the students. Therefore, they decided to visit the Coronation Market of Kingston, a fresh produce market that is not well known to be completely secure. So what are your thoughts about the Coronation Market?
Like Charlotte Street,
Like what? Like Charlotte Street?
don't even go there.
Times 100.
Yeah, times 100.
It's not like that.
For the third year in succession, students of the department and the Agribusiness Society have exposed themselves to real-world, hands-on activity in agriculture. Learning by doing provides an excellent teaching dimension which the students can only benefit from. As this is the main reason for the event, Study Tour 2012 has been a success.